Hey man, that shit was some bullshit. Nah, bro, I really was about to run the check, bro. I was gonna run the check up on you if I ain't fumble that fucking ball. If I ain't fumble that fucking ball, bro, I was like, I say, this nigga love running, man. I say this nigga. Hey, as soon as you script that shit, I had flashbacks to the Super Bowl, coach. I had flashbacks to the Super Bowl. I say not again.
Larry, despite the elements, these fans here in Western Pennsylvania, they wouldn't dream of missing this one. As you get a look inside snowy Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC.
And that 2-point conversion you got, that 2-point conversion you got, bro, that shit went right through my linebacker, bro. I'm like, what the fuck?
You know what's gonna happen, huh? You know what's gonna happen.
And he just speeded up. He sped up on goddamn, and my champ speed like a 93. I'm like, what the fuck? You did? I should have sent pressure, but I was like, nah.
On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon, and he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Give him 3.
Yeah, man, you get the balls in the air so damn long.
He's stupid as fuck. Running that toss on the 1-yard line. Who the fuck runs a toss on the 1?
I like that one. Allen Robinson, I love coming out of Penn State.
Hell no. I was in fucking
film and saying yes, but he catches everything.
And look what happened. You got fucking safety. 99 on. Hey, 99 don't mean nothing, bro. Listen, that 99 shit don't mean nothing, bro. I got 99 tight end that dropped a ride. Oh, I had Grunt today drop a wide ass open pass, bro. Overall, don't mean shit. So you got 99 O line, I got 99 D line. What did that change? Shit, it equals out. Nah, that was bad. That was fucking bad.
What play you talking about? What play you talking about? Oh yeah.
You can run a fullback dive to get at least 2 yards out the end zone. You on a 2 against wolves. Holds everybody.
Wow, Mandy just got the game.
I never had that close for you to do that against me. You never ran the toss on the 1-yard line back. I never had you backed up on the 1-yard line, bro. All my stuff was
you was on the 2-yard line. You was on the 2-yard line.
I seen him miss the block, but that was stupid.
And maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline.
God, that was a dumb play. That was dumb.
Guys, and let him know that receiver's crossing from your zone.
Nah, you ain't scoring.
That was fucking.
Make sure you have him. And then
yeah,
I seen the play. I seen the play. I seen what happened. But when I see once I see you throw the toss, I told myself, I looked and was like, that's gonna be a safety, bro. I just knew it was gonna be a safety, bro. It's like, bro, that's crazy, dog.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Well, that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play.
You probably got tackled, but I don't think it's going to be a touchdown.
Hey, that play I ran out of bounds when I broke those 2 tackles at the end of the half. I mean, well, at the end of the 4th, I could have scored, too. I don't know why I ran out of bounds. I was just scared you was going to script that shit. I ain't gonna lie. I was so... Bro, after you script that shit the first time, coach, I was like, oh, hell no. Let me get my ass down.
He's going down. He just held on to the football too long.
Yeah, my team don't script shit. My team don't script.
Man.
Are you talking about, when you... Yeah.
That shit.
Man, right.
Like, all game you doing good, but I'm like, he on 2 yards. I look, I'm okay. She'll probably do some shit here, but when I seen the toss, I said, oh, Chill's a fucking crazy guy, bro. The reason I don't run that is because You got to get out the fucking end zone. Like, you run in the end zone to get out, then that X shit is a motherfucker, bro.
Bro, my D lineman was gonna catch you. He had a hell of a game.
It's an X.
Oh, coach. Coach, my that DN had a hell of a game. No lie. Had a hell of a game.
Oh no. Nigga.
Yeah.
I see how efficient that X button is, bro. I'm not running. Hell nah, bro. I ain't running no talk on the end zone war. Nigga tapping X so fast. Nigga 10 yards behind you still trip you up with a shoelace tackle.
The other attribute kicks in. Martavis Bryant could be an all-star.
What tackle?
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third.
I didn't. I was on the linebacker coming across. I was on the linebacker. You'll see. I'm number 7. I was coming across. Yeah.
He can make a big play from just about anywhere on the field.
Yeah, I was the linebacker coming across, coach.
Going number 36 because
of knee injuries. I don't like that man. I like it because it saved a lot of people.
Matchup situations, and he will wreak havoc.
That nigga got mean D-line, bro. You got nice line, bro. In this game now, after that update, now it's a D-line game, man. You got good D-line? Nah. Hell no, bro.
I should have, man. That fumble, man. I should have
just
dipped out of bounds, man.
It's no, yo, you got good D-line, but you block something everything now, bro. He's not back there, they'll just make, yo, if you got mean O-line, but you push it through everybody. Now, if your D-line mean, oh boy. Wow, that's ridiculous.
First down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning to an
I like
extended
it.
one.
That might be line good.
Carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. A strong running. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down.
Yeah, he tried to come back on me. He tried to come back on me.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
Nah, man. It's just, only thing about that, bro, niggas like, man, niggas be shy. Niggas get tired like, man, you come up 21. But me, I ain't dumb. I'm up 21. I'm taking clock, bro. I'm taking clock from up 21.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Lost.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. 1 yard, the official pickup there. So it's
who got more division wins?
3rd and 9.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo.
I'll be right back.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Going for the deep ball.
He beat Ramsey and overthrows it. Come on. Ben Roethlisberger, man.
Trying to figure out what they're doing, and on that one, they had to fly. Just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And last time out there to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden
Hey, I got a 1
after
seed or 2 seed.
Wow.
I mean, I got 2 seed or 3.
So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Fresh set of downs here.
Oh, you boy! After I played,
it's a 6-yard gain on the ground.
Hey, after I played Keys at week 3 or whatever, and he blew me out. Coach, I said.
Good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Yeah.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4.
Yeah. I was like, you ain't knew what the fuck to do.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Completes it to Lee. And he'll be brought
Yeah.
down
I was like, you was over aggressive. I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, okay, he got him.
They can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Now T.J. Yeldon, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
That out routes was killing you. I was like, yeah.
It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
You had me hot, though.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Still that bitch.
Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. Still in search of the
damn
first
right.
down after that.
But after you ran that first drive, quarterback spot every play after that. Every single play.
He'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Right.
Here's Brad Nordman now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first.
Keith, I thank you, Keith. For making me change my playbook, folks.
He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time with just punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game,
I need to, bruh. I'm tired of getting there.
How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to check things up and help their defense.
He told you like the Falcons. Damn, coach, I'm like the Falcons.
The words right out of my mouth. 2nd down to the offense in search of 6 yards. Again, it's Bell. And some room to roam now. And a cut to the
wow.
They
call holding, man.
Enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield. So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding.
I was killing his ass, bruh. Run game. Did you watch the game? Chills was broadcasting.
They come up in an offset eye. And they're going to go soft on the corners. After the penalty, it's Bell. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pickup there of 22.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards.
That shit was. Guys have to be controlled. That game was stressful, dog.
Job they just did.
Yeah, key that A gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Hot, boy.
Great play there off
God
the end.
damn, what the
Question,
fuck I'm
Charles,
gonna do?
in a 4-3,
What the fuck I'm gonna do?
you hear about the D tackles a lot. What's the role of the ends?
What they want to do is control the edges of the defense. And you always hear about an offense talking about setting the edge in the running game. Well, the defense wants to do exactly the same thing. And the defensive end, often against an offensive tackle, sometimes a tight end, they can't let themselves get a hook and let a running back get outside. Because if they do that, that hurts the integrity of the defense overall.
My man, the encyclopedia. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Dante Fowler in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
On third down, here's Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down.
I like what they were thinking on defense.
He still picked the Raiders.
Down sticks. Don't let anyone pass that. Didn't matter whether they threw it or ran it. They just ended up rallying to the football on the running play and stopped them short of a first down.
What the fuck?
Left upright, and it comes back. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Man just
always
played.
gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Throwing left side here. And
wow, man.
12 yards.
These niggas just made me miss the field goal, coach.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. And a tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Yeah, our president was there. Our president was there. Our school president was there.
And someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Bortles will try again on second down. He finds Hearns left side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing his Bortles on third down.
Oh, Gilbert dropped the book. Gilbert dropped the fucking book, dog. I'm giving this nigga too many opportunities.
Trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have.
Yeah, it's 0-0 going in with 2 minutes left on it.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no return here.
That shit was horrible. I was like, man, you lost the Mandarin. Out of all people, you lose the Mandarin. Hey, you can't get over that.
Field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Goes underneath for Bell. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits, and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Back with more of the AFC Championship game after this. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And able to find Green. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first.
Would it be safe to say that as precise
Eli
as
go
routes
too.
are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
A nice gain of 21 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And now a first down following that long gain. They come up in an offset eye. Now a play fake here on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but doesn't matter what you call the position.
Get in the end zone, boy. Get in the end zone.
He's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, a 22-yard scamper, and the Steelers are able to strike for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Y'all ain't see that nigga in the elevator singing, bro? Laying on the ground in the elevator.
Here in this situation, if you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot.
Wow! Artie Burns just got fucking mossed by Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson, 77 yards.
No.
And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the
This nigga
kickoff,
really just threw the
or they
ball
want to let
up.
their return guy touch it.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And this one caught by Coates. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And the
I
defense
threw a
has
book.
it covered. It's intercepted.
I threw a fucking book.
And it's picked off. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready.
I gotta lead the party, fellas.
Where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points.
So after the iron, and he'll be grabbed from behind and slung down like a rag doll. Stephon Tuitt in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. He took a hit on that last play. Now let's see how he and the offense respond on second. They come up in an offset eye. Bortles to throw on second down. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. On third and long, it's Bortles. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. And you really can't pin that one on the quarterback, Charles. The O-line, they've got to protect better.
And they know it. That's their meal ticket. They want to take care of the big guy behind them. In this case, they let him down.
So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. This will be from 56 yards out. Flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Jeez, don't you at least want your guys to get a drink of water? Probably pretty thirsty. Whatever, your wish, our command. Third quarter now. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And, Charles, this is one of those inexcusable special teams penalties, an out-of-bounds kickoff.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. Sometimes errors occur because of situations.
They come out here in the eye. They go play action here on first down. Green's got it over the middle. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. He got 29 yards that time. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play. I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And caught, right side, Green. And down inside the 15 he goes. Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. Yeah. He usually has the advantage because of his body type. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. From the red zone now, here's Ron. And Noah's
escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Miles Jack coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Okay, even just being nice, the last 2 plays were not very good offensively. So if you're the play caller, was it the team's execution or was it strategy? If it was execution, you continue to call the game the way you're calling it. But if it's strategy, change up what you're doing and figure it out.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was trying to find Ladarius Green there as tight end. And it's 4th down. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So he missed a field goal earlier, but he says not this time, and he's able to knock it through to give his guys 3.
And that's all you want as a kicker, a chance to redeem yourself. You got to have a short memory if you're going to survive at this level, and he's able to get back on track.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. They go with the screen. It's Yeldon. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody has that ability, they want them on their team.
Call it a 3-yard gain, and it's a 2nd down. And quickly, they get to the line. On 2nd down, here's Yeldon. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you talk about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession and is a... Kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Bryant, the lone receiver left. Now a play fake here on first down. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On second down, Roethlisberger. Out left side here to Bryant. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Brought in by Coates. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there. You've given yourself a chance. You're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
They go play action here on first down. He's got time in the pocket. Looking deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. Bortles will try again on second down. And caught right side, Green. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football. As the receiver turned around, the ball greeted him.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Now Bortles will give to Yeldon. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They come up in an offset eye. Bortles looking to throw on 3rd and 2. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They go play action for Yeldon. Now it's Bortles. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
It takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective. Normally, he's pretty reliable, usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Bortles going to try and throw on 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a 1st down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. A 1st down carry now for Yeldon. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
This is Yeldon on the dump off. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They come out here in the eye. On 3rd down, Yeldon. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. On 1st down, Bortles. He goes underneath for Yeldon. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. In the red zone this time. They'll try and run for it with Yeldon. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? No gain on the play. And what to do now on 4th and goal?
No gain? Quarterback sneak? No gain? Aren't you supposed to get something out of that?
Yeah, needed a full yard there. And Myers able to knock it through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Second and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Over the middle. It's caught by Rodgers. And he goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Hitting the home stretch here in a great game, a tie game. Let's see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they show to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Well, it's one thing to complete that pass on a nice sunny 70-degree day, but in these elements, that's a tough thing to do.
It is, and let's just put the whole thing together, not just throwing the ball. Trying to protect the quarterback now when you got the pass rushers coming at you. Maybe things are a little slippery on the field. The guys trying to cover downfield, wanting to make sure they keep their footing as the guys make their cuts. Looking back and locating the ball, you name it, it's difficult all the way around. But the guy throwing it, he may have the toughest task.
Bryant, the lone receiver, left. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
So times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Second and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. They'll run it with Bell. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are going to take the lead.
And there's the go-ahead touchdown. And so likely we'll kick an extra point. But to me, I'm looking forward. Special teams now with your kickoff. And then your defense, that's where the pressure shifts.
Yeah, because there's plenty of time left on that clock. Anytime you're over a minute in the NFL, there's a chance. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Jaguars getting set to go. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
They'll try to run for it with Yeldon. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. They're going to hurry back to the line now. 3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Back to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
He's back to throw. And that will be incomplete as well.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and react into the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the 1st. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's a bold strike right there, taking it downfield and putting some air on it. But how about the coverage? Able to get his hands across the receiver and bat the ball down.
Now Bortles thinking twice about their offensive setup. He's going to take a timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. One final try now for Bortles. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Crack it on Monday morning, coffee strong, pouring everything you got into a paycheck Friday night. Your power stroke, diesel backhoe riding king, 18-wheeler driving